I had always considered my friend Kamran to be one of the most reliable people in my life. We had grown up together, shared secrets, celebrated victories, and comforted each other through heartbreaks. So when I began suspecting my wife Aisha of cheating, my first thought wasn't confrontation or investigation. It was to confide in Kamran. I wanted someone I could trust to help me figure out the truth without making a mistake. It all started subtly. Aisha had been coming home late, claiming work stress or extra shifts. Her phone never left her side, and she had started using new apps I had never seen before. There were unexplained expenses on our joint accounts and a faint perfume scent I didn't recognize on her clothes. I noticed the change, but each time I asked her about it, she would brush me off with a smile and a convincing story. I couldn't shake the unease. My gut told me something was wrong, and I needed proof. Concrete, undeniable proof. I didn't want to accuse her based on suspicion alone. That's when I turned to Kamran. I explained my fears and asked him to help me discreetly. I trusted him completely, believing he would respect the situation and act in our best interests. Kamran agreed. He said he could help without raising suspicion, just by keeping an eye on things and reporting back. I gave him limited details, times, places, and a few of Aisha's usual routines. My hope was simple. I wanted to confirm or dispel my suspicions so I could take the next step wisely. At first, Kamran seemed efficient. He texted me occasional updates. Saw her leaving the mall with someone? Or, she seemed cheerful at that cafe today. I felt reassured. He was doing exactly what I had asked. I even began to relax, thinking the truth would come soon and I could address it calmly. Then came the mistakes. It started small. Kamran began adding his own interpretations to his observations. He assumed things about the people Aisha was meeting, often exaggerating the closeness of her relationships. "Pretty sure that guy is more than a friend," he texted me one evening. I was uneasy but dismissed it, trusting him implicitly. Soon, I discovered that Kamran wasn't just watching Aisha. He had begun interacting with her. He would subtly insert himself into her life under the guise of coincidence, striking up conversations and offering friendly advice. He claimed it was to get closer to the truth, but I realized too late that he had blurred the line between friend and opportunist. By the time I uncovered the full extent, it was devastating. Kamran had begun manipulating situations for his own benefit. He used my trust to create false narratives, convincing Aisha of his loyalty while simultaneously planting seeds of doubt about me. Messages I had never sent, claims I never made, even fabricated evidence began to appear. My wife, already unstable in our relationship, started leaning on Kamran emotionally. The biggest shock came when I accidentally intercepted a message between them. It wasn't a casual message. It was intimate, flirty, and unmistakable. Kamran, my trusted friend, had not only failed to be objective, he had become part of the betrayal. My paranoia had been manipulated into reality, and the person I had relied on to protect me had become an active participant in my heartbreak. I confronted Aisha immediately. She was defensive, but I saw the hesitation in her eyes, the recognition that she had crossed a line. And when I confronted Kamran, his arrogance was shocking. He acted as if I had no right to be upset, claiming that, "You asked me to get involved," and I was just helping uncover the truth. He refused to take responsibility for his manipulation or betrayal. I had to act decisively. I cut ties with Kamran completely, blocking him from communication and alerting mutual friends of his deceit. I gathered all evidence of Aisha's affair and Kamran's manipulation. Photos, screenshots, timestamps, and recordings. Everything was organized and undeniable. Then came the legal action. I filed for separation, citing Aisha's infidelity and emotional abuse. The court proceedings were straightforward because of the evidence. I also included details of Kamran's interference, ensuring that his betrayal would have consequences in social and professional circles. The fallout was complete. Aisha faced scrutiny from friends and family who had been unaware of the affair, and Kamran's reputation crumbled. People were shocked that someone they trusted so implicitly could exploit that trust so brazenly. For me, the lesson was harsh but clear. Trust is fragile, and betrayal can come from the most unexpected places. I had sought help from someone I loved and relied on, only to discover that my judgment had been fatally misplaced. But I also realized the power of patience, evidence, and careful action. I didn't react with impulsive anger or destructive revenge. I methodically documented the betrayal, exposed it, and reclaimed control over my life. Months later, I had rebuilt my world. My children were safe, the home stable, and my dignity intact. Aisha had to face the consequences of her choices, and Kamran, the friend I had trusted most, had lost his credibility entirely. Betrayal had come from two fronts, but careful planning, calm action, and unshakable resolve turned the tables completely. The biggest mistake of my life, trusting a friend, had become the catalyst for my ultimate clarity and justice. I survived it. I exposed it, and I reclaimed my life. Trust can be deadly, but truth is unstoppable.